Hi there, so today we're looking at how you can compare two groups of objects saying when they're the same. Now that's quite easy for us to do, and it's actually a really fun activity that you can do with pretty much anything your child is interested in. So we've got some examples here. You can use cars,
princesses, we've got some cotton reels, some things that you can stack really easily,
pens, anything like that. A puzzle, you can take the pieces out, we'll go through that in a minute.
even some toy rolls.
You might have some of those kicking around.
Right, so
best thing to do really is whatever your child's doing, you can do this while they're naturally playing as well. They're just going to love the fact you've come over to play with them too.
and that's the best way, because it really gets the child engaged, because they're already engaged in what they're doing. By you incorporating something that you want them to do with the toys that they're playing with, they're more compliant and happy to do so, and that's what we try and do at Little Ickes here.
And they don't even know that they're learning anything as well. That's the great bit. Okay, so they could have some cars out, and you know that we've got a few here, and basically they're playing with one car, and you take two cars, and then you say to them, "Oh, how many cars have you got?" So they count their cars, so then they're doing a bit of counting.
1.
And I say, "Oh, I've got 1, 2 cars. Who's got more cars, you or me?"
You've got more cars.
"Wow, so I do. What about if you have this car as well?"
1, 2.
"Well, you've got 2 cars. Let me count. 1, 2.
We've got the same cars.
Wow. So this is something that you might be introducing to your child as well. So it's a good idea, especially if they don't seem sure, to model that word to them. The same. It's the same. You can extend it a little bit by also modelling more. I've got more cars than you. Who's got more cars? Have we got more? Have we got the same?
And then a little bit extra after that, introduce the word less. Less is a lot harder for children to grasp that concept. And we do try and make sure a child has the concept of more before we start the concept of less.
Yeah.
But then you can say who's got less. And that also helps with identifying whether they're actually listening or not. Because they might say, "Oh, I've got more." But actually, I asked who's got less.
Yeah. A good way to explain less is to say it's not as many. It just helps them a little bit. But as we've just said, as Lauren's just said, it's a little bit trickier for them to get that concept. So the more is a good one, the same is a good one. They'll get those before they get less. And just have fun with it.
So I've got a tower of cotton reels, and you can make a tower with anything. You could do it with blocks, you could do it with coins, you could do it with Lego bricks, anything you like. So I've got a tower here, and what I would then say to a child is, "Oh, can you make a tower the same height as mine?" There you go, Angela.
Ooh.
Now this might not happen straight away. Angela might put 2 on and go, "That's the same." And we go, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many have you got?
1, 2.
Is that the same? Sometimes the child might say yes, and that's okay. This concept is tricky. So what you could always do is put a hand on top and go, "Oh, am I touching both of them?" And if the answer's no, they might sneakily add another cotton reel. Or equally, they might say yes, which again we get quite a lot. And that's fine, it's part of their learning. And in which case it's up to you then to model the fact that it's not the same. You can go, "Oh, it's not quite. How about if we add another one? Let's see if it matches now. Let's put my hand on top." It does! How amazing is that? And you can do that again over and over again with different things. You can stack cars if you really want. It's, you can do it with anything you like. Lego bricks, whatever they're playing with. And it's just, again, trying to get it as much as you can in their everyday playing, rather than, right, let's sit down and do this activity. Children at this age learn a lot better when they've chosen the activity, and that's what we do at Little Oaks, and hopefully that's something that you can do at home. So the other things you can use, like we said, anything the children are playing with, so we've got lots of princesses, and we said we'll just touch on using a puzzle as well. So I've got a peg puzzle here. If a child was doing the puzzle and they've got halfway through it, you could go, oh, how many puzzle pieces have you got in your puzzle? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many pieces have you got outside your puzzle? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that the same? And things like that, you can just model it in any way. Oh, how many have you got now? Which one's got more? Have you got more in your puzzle or out your puzzle? And it's really simple, just to keep plugging away and getting the idea in as many situations as possible.
Yeah, it can be any time. It can be if you're, I don't know, sorting out the washing and you've got socks and things to do. You have a pile to sort out, I'll have a pile, and then count them together. Keep the numbers quite small at first. 3 or 4 items is good, but as your child becomes more confident and their knowledge grows, then you can extend it a little bit more and have bigger groups of things to compare.
You shouldn't really be working any more than 20, a very maximum, unless you're looking at piles of things and you're not getting the child to count and you're just looking at the mass of what you've got in front of you. You know, we're not worried about the children not being able to count past 10 and 20 at this stage.